Breaking into the top 10. The Panzer Three, 5,774 built. This tank conquered Europe. Poland fell in 3 weeks. France in 6. Panzer Threes led blitzkrieg columns that shattered Allied defenses. Fast, maneuverable, disciplined crews made it devastating. Then came Summer 41. Operation Barbarossa. German tankers crossed into Soviet territory expecting quick victory. First contact with T-34s changed everything. German shells bounced off sloped Soviet armor. T-34s fired back. 76mm rounds tore through Panzer Threes like cardboard. Entire companies destroyed in single engagements. Crews called it tank terror. Radio reports to command requested instructions. No instructions helped. Physics doesn't negotiate. By 42, obsolete. Germany added bigger guns, welded extra armor plates. Didn't matter. Evolution moves fast. Tank that conquered a continent couldn't survive the Eastern Front. Number 9. The Soviet T-60, 5,920 produced. Summer 41 was desperation. German armies pushing toward Moscow. Tank factories evacuating east. Red Army needed tanks immediately. Any tanks. Enter the T-60. Light reconnaissance vehicle rushed into production. Cramped interior fit 2 men. 20mm cannon designed for scouting, not fighting panzers. Thin armor protected against rifles, nothing heavier. Soviet commanders threw them into defensive battles anyway. Crew assignment was death sentence. Everyone knew it. One training officer's words: "Your job is to buy time. 2 days excellent. 1 day acceptable. 4 hours enough." That was the mission. Die slowly enough for heavier tanks to arrive. They called them coffins on tracks. Many crews died first engagement. Bought time for factories to restart in Urals. Bought time for T-34 production. Cheap steel, expensive blood. The Panther sits at number 8, 6,000 produced. German engineers studied captured T-34s in late 41. Shocked by sloped armor. Started designing response immediately. Result was Panther. Sloped frontal armor copied from Soviet design. Powerful 75mm gun killed Shermans at 2,000 meters. Allied commanders feared Panthers more than Tigers. One Panther in defense stopped entire Allied platoon. Firepower, armor, mobility combined. On paper, best medium tank of war. Reality different. Debut at Kursk was disaster. More Panthers broke down than were destroyed in combat. Transmission couldn't handle weight. Final drive failures. Engine fires. Overlapping wheels packed with mud. Froze in winter. German crews joked bitterly. The Panther is the best tank in the world when it runs. Perfect engineering lost to production reality. Weapon that can't reach battlefield is expensive scrap. Panthers sat broken while Shermans drove past. Ranking 7th, the M3 Lee and Grant, 6,258 units. Same tank, 2 names. Early 42 was crisis. Pearl Harbor attacked. Philippines falling. US needed tanks immediately. Sherman wasn't ready. Solution was compromise. Mount 75mm gun in hull. Add smaller turret with 37mm. Result was tall, awkward, riveted box. Crew of 6 squeezed inside. British crews in North Africa called it a mobile coffin. They weren't wrong. High profile made it easy target. Hull-mounted gun meant entire tank turned to aim. Tactical nightmare. But that 75mm punched through Panzer armor. Summer 42, nothing else British had could. M3S arrived as Rommel pushed toward Cairo. Stopped him at El Alamein. Ugly, vulnerable, available. Did the job until Shermans arrived. Sometimes right weapon isn't best weapon, it's the weapon you have. At number 6, the Soviet T-70. 8,226 produced. Upgrade to T-60. Soviet factories needed light tank mass-produced while retooling for T-34s. Engineering solution crude. Bolt two automobile engines together. Result moved, fired, provided armor. Good enough. Better than T-60. Still inadequate. Supported infantry across Eastern Front. Leningrad factories produced them under German bombardment. Workers welded while shells exploded outside. By 44, battlefield evolved. German Panzerfausts everywhere. Improved anti-tank guns. T-70s burned easily. Soviet doctrine brutally honest. Cheap tanks, replaceable crews, victory through numbers. One worker remembered painting red stars on dozens daily. Knew most wouldn't survive first week. T-70 served its purpose. Kept Soviet units in field during critical period. Crew casualties enormous. Industrial output mattered more than survival. Cold calculation. Effective. Victorious. Number 5. The Valentine. 8,275 built. Most produced British tank of war, designed by Vickers Armstrong. Submitted on Valentine's Day 38. Name stuck. Not fast, not heavily armored, not powerful. But most reliable tank Britain produced. Simple design, easy maintenance, no sophisticated systems to fail. Soviet Union received thousands through Lend-Lease. Soviet crews loved it for one reason. Started in -40 degrees when T-34s wouldn't. Engine turned over, ran, kept running. Simple mechanics meant repairs under fire. One Canadian crew fought entire Italian campaign in same Valentine, 18 months combat, no major breakdowns, just routine maintenance. British and Soviet soldiers trusted it absolutely, not because best, because it worked every time. Desert heat, Russian winter, Italian mud. Reliability beats perfection when lives depend on it. Valentine proved it. 4th place, the Panzer Four, 8,800 produced, Germany's backbone. Only German tank in continuous production from 39 to 45, every major campaign, Poland, France, Russia, Normandy, Berlin, started as infantry support with short gun. By 42, long 75mm fought T-34s and Shermans effectively, constantly upgraded. Late models had 80mm frontal armor. German tankers trusted it completely, reliable, field repairable, parts available. Infantry requested Panzer Fours because they showed up. One commander's journal, Kursk to Budapest in same tank, 2 years, 11 crew replacements. But here's what veterans never told command. By late 44, every crew knew the math. 5 Allied tanks for every Panzer Four. Kill 2, 3 more appeared. Kill those, 5 more. Veterans called it fighting the flood. Reliable, effective, trusted. Couldn't win against arithmetic. Fought brilliantly. Lost mathematically. Bronze medal. The Stuart Series. 22,744 M3 and M5 variants combined. American light tank earned unusual British nickname, Honey. Smooth handling, reliable mechanics made crews love it. Problem. 37mm gun inadequate for tank combat by mid-war. Armor too thin. But excelled at reconnaissance, screening, infantry support. American cavalry valued speed over armor. Soviets received thousands through Lend-Lease. Used them differently. Breakthrough exploitation, pursuing retreating Germans. One Soviet commander explained, Americans designed for survival. We design for mission completion. Stuart completes mission. But here's what Soviet reports didn't mention. Stuart crews in Red Army had highest casualties of any Lend-Lease tank. Thin armor, light gun, sent into direct combat anyway. 70% loss rate in some brigades. Mission completed. Crews dead. Pacific different. Japanese tanks lighter. Stuart's gun adequate there. Marines on Tarawa, Iwo Jima trusted them. Some served into 70s worldwide. Adaptable, reliable, available. That's longevity. 2nd place. The M4 Sherman. 49,234 produced. Flooded every Allied front. Not best in any category. Panthers outgunned it. T-34s matched it cheaper. But Sherman won through numbers. American factories built them faster than Germans destroyed them. 50 Shermans produced for every Panther Germany made. Crews knew casualty rates. Developed tactics around brutal reality. 5 Shermans engaged 1 Panther. First drew fire, usually died. Second and third maneuvered, often died. Fourth and fifth killed Panther from flanks. Crews rotated positions. One veteran remembered, "We drew straws. Short straw went first. Felt sick every time. Did it anyway." British demanded tea brewing vessels installed inside, made tea under fire. Americans thought it insane. British considered it essential. Sherman wasn't best tank, it was right tank. Available everywhere, fixable quickly, spare parts abundant. That wins wars. Number 1. The T-34, 57,300 produced, more than any tank in history. Summer 41. Germans encountered T-34s. Panic spread. Nothing penetrated armor. 76mm gun destroyed panzers. Germans analyzed captured ones. Engineers called quality unacceptable. Rough welds, no paint, poor visibility. Report stated, violates every engineering principle. Added, superior to anything we have. Soviet philosophy revolutionary. Build adequate tanks quickly, not perfect slowly. Transmission lasted 200 kilometers. Didn't matter. Crews replaceable. Steel replaceable. Time not. T-34 crushed through numbers. 5 attacked 1 Tiger. 1 or 2 died. Rest destroyed it. Germany produced 6,000 Panthers total. Soviets that many every 3 months in 44. Fought through 90s. Korea, Vietnam, Syria. Here's legacy. Designed 39, fighting 2015. 76 years combat. No tank comes close. Changed warfare permanently. Sloped armor standard everywhere. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe. Comment where you're from.